Welcome to the Pulse of Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano. Let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And today's show is brought to you by the Pilsner House and Beer Garden. Go visit our friends at 1422 Grand Street. Have a beer, have a pretzel, have these really awesome mussels that our first guest had the last time she was on the show. And of course,
did.
Do you miss those mussels?
I miss them every day.
Amen. That's what I like to hear. But Pilsner House and Beer Garden might have to start delivering to in studio.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice.
Right?
Yeah. Some little apps while we're chit-chatting.
Exactly. And of course, she's a person that needs no introduction, and that is Krista Stucchio of #FoodPick. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. This is going to be a place that we don't really cover a lot on the show, which is a coffee shop. A brand new coffee shop here in the beautiful city of Hoboken, New Jersey. And it's located at 230 Willow Avenue, Mojo Coffee Co. Why do you love it, Krista?
Mojo. So first of all, I'm going to correct you.
Go ahead.
It's not brand new.
Oh,
They
it's
actually
not.
opened up in summer 2020. But
My apologies.
there is a second location opening, which we can discuss in a little bit. But yes, so
My
Mojo is at the corner of 3rd and Willow. It's right next to Zach's, which is amazing because actually it's all family. So the owners of Zach's and the owner of Mojo, all one big happy family. They took over that corner, and it's amazing.
They're just expanding down the block.
Yeah, yeah, they're taking over.
and excuse me for not, I did get confused. The second location is opening
Yes,
up.
the second location in the coming weeks, so very, very soon. I believe it's 8th and Bloomfield will be the new spot. It'll be over double the size, so a lot more seating. There's going to be more retail space, even a space in the back for pop-ups and events. I'm super excited. I haven't seen the space yet, so I'll have to share some pictures once I go in there.
Well, we're getting super excited. But let's talk about the current location
Yeah.
that's now been open for 2 years. You said it's the same owners as Zach's, which is very, very interesting.
Yeah, so it's actually her parents own Zach's. So
Oh, okay.
Jess is amazing. She is woman-owned. She runs everything herself, and her space is really cool. There's, she's got brick in there. She's got a little neon sign. Very modern, very chic, very simple, dog-friendly.
That's important.
It's very important. They have treats out. They have like a whole outdoor seating area. So plenty of people can sit. Plenty of dogs can come through. Great spot to work. I actually was there this morning working and having a little mint matcha.
Is that your go-to item on the menu?
It's not a go-to, but I will say, Peter, crazy people can't have too much coffee, and I'm a crazy person. When I have too much caffeine, it's not good. Let me just say that. So a matcha or a half calf or decaf is like usually what I do. So today was a matcha. Went the matcha route, and I got myself an everything bagel croissant stuffed with cream cheese.
Oh, my God. A croissant stuffed with cream cheese.
Stuffed with cream
It's
cheese.
made in-house, I'm assuming?
So it's actually not. She gets her baked goods from Amy's Breads in the city
Yes, of
and
course.
Balthazar. So
Oh, they're both excellent bakeries.
amazing,
a long time.
amazing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And her new space is going to have even more pastry options. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm a savory pastry person myself.
Not a sweet person, huh?
No, what
So
about
you?
you?
Stay away I love chocolate.
Oh.
Put chocolate on anything.
Chocolate croissant.
Oh,
Yeah.
to die for?
Yeah, you could give me a chocolate croissant any day, and
Okay.
I would be happy with that.
So, Zach's is such a big location.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because it kind of like wraps around the whole corner of 3rd and Willow, right by Hoboken University Medical Center. Mojo, when you walk by it, you can kind of miss it, correct? It's very, very quaint and small.
It is pretty quaint, but now that they have the outdoor seating and the parklet that's there, it's kind of like, oh, what is this? I almost like sometimes have thought like, oh, it's an extension of Zach's, but which it kind of is,
gonna say.
yeah, a little bit. But no, the outdoor seating I think really like draws people in more, and it really helps. But yeah, they're literally right next to each other. So
It's important to be right next to each other. now, Krista, so you talk about Mojo. There are so many coffee places
So many
in
coffee
Hoboken,
places.
and I feel like more and more opening up.
Yeah.
What makes Mojo different than a lot of the other coffee places in town?
I think you can just really tell how much Jess cares. She's a huge coffee fan. Her coffee, by the way, which I'm not like a very serious coffee person, as you know, I can't have a ton of caffeine, but the coffee is sourced from the West Coast. It's a very specific taste. So she's a big coffee person. She did her research. She's getting her coffee from a great spot and also getting her baked goods from a great spot. So I think she's just thinking, all the details through. She has family that run a restaurant right next door, so she kind of like knows the ins and outs of the business side. And I think the fact that she welcomes dogs so much is huge for the city of Hoboken, because I mean, how many dogs do you see walking around this city?
Oh, plenty. I have a fact for you.
Oh, okay.
Hoboken has over 60,000 people in the city.
Okay.
There are close to 12,000 dogs
Wow.
that are registered. So it's probably
there's
closer,
definitely some unregistered dogs out
so
there.
it's probably closer to about 25,000
Yeah.
dogs. I mean, that are not. Isn't that amazing? So businesses out there, follow Mojo's motto.
Yeah.
Start allowing your damn dogs in there.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a coffee shop, I mean, even if you're a restaurant, like it kind of limits you because people want to bring their dog everywhere.
100%.
So
I know my mother doesn't like to leave her dog home ever.
no, I've seen your dog or her dog outside of
Outside the deli, yeah, he's always
Yes.
there. Exactly. He's 14. He's chilling like a villain, right?
Yeah.
Krista, so you mentioned the mint matcha.
I did.
But I want to know, what are some of your other go-tos when you enter Mojo?
So I haven't tried this, but I did want to bring this up because they do have specials every season. Right now, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's like a blackberry something. Blackberry mocha, blackberry latte, something with blackberry. Looks amazing. Totally slipped my mind when I was there today. I was just so like one track mind, I'm getting a matcha. But I really want to try that. That's one of their spring drinks. But they have everything. They've got drip, they've got cold brew, they've got cappuccinos, they've got like refreshing drinks. Like, you know how Starbucks does the refreshers?
Right, of course.
There's a little bit of something for everyone. Teas. Got it all.
Did you just have it all? You need to get over to 230 Willow Avenue. Before I let you go, again, I'm going back to the whole coffee craze.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago in Hoboken, I'm giving you all these history lessons
Yes,
today.
please.
Exactly.
I love it.
You've seen like nail salons open up, like 2 per block, basically.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's happening with coffee now. However, as the population boom, people need their caffeine, even crazy people like yourself. She said it.
Even crazy people.
Not me.
We need it.
So talk to me about, do you think that this bubble of coffee places is going to burst? Or do you feel that it's going to just continue because owners like Jess, I believe you said her name is, are doing the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where there's any more room for coffee spots in this town,
That's
to be
my
honest.
point.
And the thing is, like, at first I was like, oh, wow, it's getting oversaturated with coffee shops. But I feel like every shop kind of brings something different. Everywhere has a different vibe, different part of town. Like, I don't have one spot that I'm obsessed with and I go to all the time. It's kind of like, feeling this vibe today. I'm feeling this drink today. So I don't know. I feel like we've kind of gotten to that point where maybe we're at capacity for coffee shops right now. But I don't see it slowing down. I mean, it's like alcohol. Everyone's always drinking coffee. Everyone's always drinking alcohol. So.
And most people decide to mix them as well.
Yeah.
Nothing like a good Irish coffee in the morning, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that Mojo serves. I'm pretty sure they don't have a liquor.
They don't. Not that I'm aware of.
Whatever. If you want to, I think there is now a law in Hoboken where you can take out liquor from a restaurant. So you can, you can take it out from Zach's.
Perfect.
And just go right next door to Mojo.
Oh my God! Support the whole family.
Right? And by the way, Zach's is just a fabulous brunch location. I know you're a big fan. We spoke about them on the show previously.
Yeah, we'll talk about them again, I'm sure.
Oh, look at that. She wants to go to Zach's, apparently.
I do. I love the in-person segments.
She does. Not that she doesn't like the studio, because the studio is close.
Love the studio with Peter. Love the studio.
Oh, here she goes, giving me the side eye. I can count how many times Krista's given it to me, but a different story for a different time. Krista, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and I want you back on future segments. Is that a promise, or?
It's a promise.
All right, I like to hear that. Krista Stucchio from @#foodpick. Follow her on there. She's constantly posting these wonderful dishes of anything that she's having.
Around town.
And
outside of town.
And
just in San Diego.
I was just going to say. Yeah. So, she's going international, as they say. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. Folks, when we come back, we have an extremely special guest that's joining Josh. Nobody cares about him, but you'll see who the guest is. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, don't forget to go on our Facebook and our Instagram pages by searching The Pulse with Peter B. and like and follow us on each of those platforms. We're constantly updating those pages with previews of each week's segments and cool stories. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our email address at thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com.
Welcome back. I'm the best host on the Pulse with Peter B. So much better than anybody else on any segment this episode. And I'm very modest for saying so. And another guest that I have that is actually a very modest and wonderful person here with me today is Miss Miriam Eldasuki, who is Miss America Strong, Hudson County. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Josh.
Did I butcher any of the name or the organization?
No, you actually said it correctly.
All right. So tell us about yourself. Why don't we start with what is it that you are wearing across yourself?
So I am actually Mrs. Hudson County for America Strong 2022. I am competing with 11 different women for the category of Miss America Strong 2022.
Oh, very, very cool. So where is this competition?
This competition is taking place in Atlantic City on June 4th.
Oh, wow. That's coming up very, very soon.
Very soon.
So what are the contours of the competition? What sort of arenas are the competitors going to be judged in?
So there's many different categories. Your platform, what you're doing, how you're supporting your community. I had to write an essay.
Wow.
About me and why I should be competing for Miss America Strong 2022.
So I haven't had to write an essay in a long time, although viewers out there know I love to write op-eds and get my opinion out there and tell everybody why they're wrong. I'm sure this was much more modest and articulate than my usual ramblings. But tell us about your platform, because my interest was piqued when you said that.
Yes. So my platform is Hudson CASA, which is court-appointed special advocates for foster children, and I am 100% in support of them. Even before I was Mrs. Hudson County, I did some volunteer work. I donated to them so many times. I read for the children. I go see them around Christmas time, drop off books, toys, clothing. Last year of December 2021, I did a sock drive for them, along with a coat drive.
Oh, well. So tell us about what's the age range of the children in the organization? Is it everything under the sun, or is there a particular focus?
So the ages are from newborn to 18 years old, and yeah.
Well, that's a lot under one hat, and it's really amazing that you've been volunteering there for so long and doing so much. Tell us another aspect about yourself that is involved in the competition. Maybe what your essay was about.
So my essay was just about me. What do I do? How do I get involved in the community? I do a lot in my community. I'm based out from Secaucus, New Jersey, and I get involved in everything. For example, this month we have Earth Day cleanup. So I did Earth Day cleanup with Secaucus, as well as I'm doing it for April 30th in Jersey City.
Oh, wow, that's really good. And we live on planet Earth, so it's very important that we keep it clean, especially in Secaucus, where I've seen turtles crossing the road before. Yeah. And been part of people that stop their car to help the turtle cross the road. We do know it is slower than the hare. So have you met your competition in the contest before, or are they strangers?
The ladies? I have met all of those ladies. They're all beautiful ladies. Every single contestant has a really unique platform, from reading books, helping children with disabilities, to Hit the Reset. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but it's about alcohol and drug abuse. Yeah, everyone is unique in their own special way.
Oh, that's really, really cool. So now on June 4th, what's actually going to be happening in Atlantic City? Like, what's the format?
The competition. So the competition is based on your interview, your swimsuit, and your gown and another on-stage interview question.
All right, now let's talk about the hottest of those three things. All right, the thing that really brings the heat. How many people are interviewing you?
That is a good question because I think it's 3. I'm not sure, but I think it should be 3.
Now, is there a bright light that's facing you and a glass mirror that the other police can see? Oh, sorry, a different type of interview that I'm used to. So sorry. That to me would be the scariest part. Are you nervous about that? Or I'm not trying to make you nervous. I'm just curious. I would be nervous. You know what I mean?
I am nervous. I never thought that I would be in a pageant, but when I was nominated to be Mrs. Hudson County 2022, I was honored and I felt happy about it. But yeah, I do have anxiety because I've never been on stage, being judged on a question, being judged on my gown or anything else in between. But I'm confident that I will make it to probably the top 5.
Well,
hopefully the top 3.
You're handling this interview excellently. So,
Thank
there's no
you.
pressure here. So
Yes.
I think you're a smooth character, so to speak.
Thank you.
But are you able to talk to past pageant participants and winners to find out about the
Yes.
process? Have they been helpful along the way?
Yes, so I actually met Miss New Jersey 2021, and she has been a great support, great mentor, and she's been helping me a little bit with my gowns, and she's been giving me good tips and tricks.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, so let's say, fingers crossed, you win, right? We're all rooting for you out there in
From-
TV land, okay?
From your mouth to God's ears.
So what are the duties of Miss New Jersey then?
Just go out there, support my platform, support the children, support my community, support the whole New Jersey, and just be a good role model to young children, young teenage girls. Just be a good role model.
Oh, very, very nice. Very, very cool. Is there anything in the last minute of the show that we have right now, is there anything you'd like to say to viewers, either about the pageant or about CASA or about yourself out there in TV land or your competition? Maybe you want to throw them some elbows?
No. First of all, those girls are great. They're very amazing. At the end of the day or at the end of the night, I feel like we're all winners no matter what. Each and every single one of us has an invisible crown on their head. So that is for everybody, regardless if I win or if I did not win. In terms of a shout out, I do want to make a shout out to CASA because, again, regardless if I win or not, I'm still supporting them as I have in the past, and I will continue to support them.
Terrific.
Yes.
Well, Miriam Eldasugi, I'm so glad that you could join us. It
Thank
was
you.
An honor to have you, everybody. This is
Thank you.
Miss Hudson County, and we're all rooting for you.
Thank
in June.
you.
What was the date again?
June 4th.
All right.
At the
in
Claridge Hotel.
the Miss New Jersey competition. Stay tuned, folks. The Pulse with Peter B. We'll be right back.
Peter Biancamano back with you. Don't forget to watch us on cable access every Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Optimum Channel 18, Files Channel 46, and Comcast Channel 190. Also on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., you can watch our show on our YouTube channel, and you can also binge watch all of our old shows. Who doesn't want to keep watching The Pulse with Peter B? We'll see you there.
Welcome back to The Pulse. I'm Leah Garcia.
And I'm Taylor Shaw.
And we're the H-Town Breakdown. Today, we are going to be breaking down the broadcasting industry and our experience within the broadcasting industry.
Yes, within these past 4 years, Lee and I have had the opportunity to become well immersed into this field. But we may look like we're experts, but we're not quite there yet. We have a long way to go, but we have come a very long way. So would you like to start us off on how we've evolved?
Yes, of course. Well, with today's segment, we want to share with you guys some tips on how to get started for starting your own podcast. And then eventually you can maybe get a deal with The Pulse like we did, but you
Yes.
cannot take over our segment, okay? It will
Yeah,
not
sorry
happen.
guys, this is exclusive for the H-Town Breakdown, the segment. But some tips that I would give to someone who wants to just start their own podcast is like, okay, you don't really need so much extravagant equipment. You really just need a phone that has a decent camera. I have an iPhone 8. My phone's cracked, but like it's still manageable, still doable. I would just say just know your apps well, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just become very knowledgeable on those things, on how to use it. And yeah, just start learning how to just edit videos on apps such as iMovie, Videoly. Pretty easy. You don't need to do some crazy edits. I would just say just like start to finish. Just kind of start doing that and just piecing together clips. That's like one big step.
Definitely. Well, we just spewed a lot of different things at
Yes,
you.
that may have been a lot.
No, but I'd start with, finding your niche or your niche and running with that. If you love talking to a friend, a family member, even yourself, and you have an idea that you'd love to express with the world or engage in a conversation, you can just start right there.
Yeah, and like for us, we started to film our podcast episodes at some point, so we do have all of the footage, but we post them mainly as podcasts. So like you don't need to go through all of that work that we do to just convert the video from a video clip into an MP3, just like record, you would say. So you just need to just go on your Memos app. If you have an iPhone, if you don't have an iPhone, I'm sorry, I really can't help you there. But just go on your voice recording app and just film yourself talking for longer periods of time. I would start with like 10 to 20 minutes and just really become comfortable with talking for longer periods of time on camera. Like that's a big thing, I feel like.
Yeah, for myself, I knew that I kind of wanted to start in the podcasting industry when I was in middle school, and my teacher had to separate me because I would talk to literally everyone and even the wall. So it became a problem.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't I take this problem and actually convert it into something that is useful and have conversations or have other people listen to what I need to say. So with that, I had an idea. And Taylor and I go to High Tech High School.
Yes.
And High Tech High School is a CTE school, and we are broadcasting majors.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, like how Leah just said, like our school is a CTE school, so that means that it's just career technical education. So basically, when you apply to High Tech or county prep or like any school in the district, you have to pick a major for which you would like to take courses in. So our overall major is TVA, but we really just like narrowed it down to broadcasting, and now that's the only major class that we've been taking these past years. And we've really come a long way since we both started in that class our freshman year, because if you can't tell, we are very chatty people and we can talk for hours on end. If you haven't seen our 50-minute podcast episodes in which we keep talking, saying we have to cut this in half to 25 minutes. We can't go over. Happens every time we go over by 20 or 30 minutes. So we can talk for a while. So I would just say, just become comfortable with talking on camera and not repeating certain words. I used to say essentially for a while. Ask Leah.
We got over that phase though, don't worry.
Yes, we got over that phase. So it's just about becoming comfortable with an audience or a camera being your audience, because you talking casually with someone is completely different than, I would say, talking in front of a camera, having a topic, just kind of having an outline of what you need to talk about.
Definitely. And going back to having an outline, doing your research on some topics that
Yes.
people really want to listen to, and engaging your audience in the conversation is really, really important. So with that being said, when this new link is posted, we would love for you guys in the comments to tell us what you would want us to talk about for future episodes.
Yes. And yes, no, that would be amazing, because we could talk about Hoboken for hours on end, but we want to hear what you guys want to hear us talk about. Anything specific, from upcoming events, just to a new store opening up, anything, and we can talk about that next episode, and we will. So please give us some feedback.
Literally, it can be like the most asinine things ever, and we will literally talk about it if you want to listen to that conversation. It could be about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. It can be about absolutely anything. But we want to hear from you guys, because we know that you're hearing from us right now.
Yes, and we do talk a lot, and sometimes it can get a little tiring having to hear our voices on replay, but as always, we do appreciate the love and the views. And make sure to go and check out this post as usual, because it is going to be a very good episode. And, guys, go and start that podcast. Go and start that YouTube channel. Do whatever your heart desires. We did this out of nowhere, really. This was just based on one conversation we had in March 2021. So we just hit our 1-year anniversary last month, and we really got the ball rolling. We don't have extravagant equipment. We've been running on a borrowed camera from our school, our iPhones, not even a microphone. And you just know how to set up a camera, pretty basic. You just have to make sure that everyone's in the shot. Pretty basic things, but yeah, if you really want to just chase after your dream, you can easily do it. We did it during a time of where the world was shut down. We were online, we were doing online school. That's insane.
Yeah.
And look at how far we've come, guys. We've really turned the H-Town Breakdown into something, but that's thanks to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got started from Anchor. We did our research on platforms that would help reach multiple audience platforms
Very easy way to post videos.
and grow our audience. And then we found Peter. And so
Yes, we
now
found
we're on
Peter.
the pulse. But it was an incredible journey that we embarked on, and we can't wait to continue to grow our podcast.
Yes, the H-Town Breakdown may come to a pause a little bit sometime. We may go on a little bit of a hiatus soon because Leah and I are starting the next chapters of our lives. We're going to college, but we will never forget about you guys. You guys mean so much to us. The H-Town Breakdown will always live on, and we will always make sure to post content whenever we can. So continue to tune in. And would you like to share just any last tips for viewers, like anything specific that you've learned during this whole process?
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say, just to sum up the tips we gave, take that confidence and, use it and utilize it to really start your podcast. Engage with your audience in conversations, research platforms like Anchor to really get you started on how to grow your platform and your podcast, and continuously do research on topics that really intrigue your audience to get them, participating and motivated to actually listen to you speak.
Yeah, and like how Leah said, just really run with your confidence because no one's judging you, and this is such a basic thing that you could really turn into something huge. Even just getting 20 views each episode, that's a large audience. You're really growing your audience, and to start a presence on social media, I would say, and it was Leah's idea to put our podcast on Anchor. I've never heard of Anchor. She did some research and found it, and I was like, that's a great idea and really a way for us to share our content, because once you post it to Anchor, you could now listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other platforms, which are the mainstream platforms. So yeah, it's just really run with your ideas and just dream big. What's the saying? I'm not good with these cliche sayings. It's something with stars.
Reach for the stars, fall on the moon. Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah, I'm not good with these cliche sayings, so never come to me if you need any type of moral support like that. I'm not your one.
Well, and lastly, I just say find a great co-host to do your podcast with.
Yes, the H-Town Breakdown would not be the H-Town Breakdown with just one of us. It takes two of us to really make what we had today.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Leah.
And we're the H-Town Breakdown. Watch us next week and join us for The Pulse on everything you need to know.